So it's another day outside, and once again, it's too hot to sandblast, but we still have some nice weather we can take advantage of. So what I want to do is have a look at our combo ride today. We've got a big mess going on here in the center, and I want to get it torn apart so I know for the future exactly what we've got going on. We've got some outlets that are just thrown in here, the remains of what was the slip ring for the electric to pass through, a bunch of R keys just laying in the bottom. So we need to go in, get this cleaned out, figure out what's missing, what needs to be fixed, rebuilt, remanufactured, and what we just need to put some paint on. These are just laying in here. Get them out. There's the cover. A bunch of these. So this piece still spins. Now, it's actually supposed to be stationary. Over here, this piece spins with the disc. This is supposed to be attached to it. So got some work to do there. Need to turn this just a little bit to get this to loosen up. Oh yeah, those are in there. All right, let's switch to 1/2-inch drive. There it goes. It's all oxidized aluminum right there. Oh, wow. Holy crap. That is really in there. Well, that's not great. That really sucks. Boy, that was rough. I think I need to borrow the impact for that, for the future ones. Okay. You know what one of them looks like? Man, I need a bigger one.
That's what she said. Excuse me?
Gonna need to find a bigger impact wrench. So it's a new day and I'm back at it again. I went and borrowed an even bigger impact driver. This one has many more ugga-duggas in it. I don't know how many more, but let's just say many more. And if this one doesn't take it out, then our next step is fire. Put a bolt down through that hole. That should stop the wrench from spinning. Hey, got one off without breaking it. Took her head off. We got it. Okay. There's our collection of hardware we've removed so far. And then over here are the mounts we took off. All of these castings are aluminum, except that one. That one's cast iron. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So over the last few weeks, I've been working on a whole bunch of different little projects in here around the shop. Things that I've been wanting to kind of improve for a very long time. And one of those things is this sandblasting cabinet. Now I've had this cabinet for about a year, and I think I've only used it one time. It never had a home. It's set under one of my workbenches, and it was just too big of a hassle to try to dig it out, find a place to set it, hook it all up, and it just never got done. It was easier for me to take the parts to work and do them there. I also never really had a home for my shop vac. It kind of just sat wherever was convenient. And now that we have the pressurized sandblaster, I needed a place to put that. So I wanted to create this kind of station over here where I could address all of those things, and it gives me a spot for everything. So one of the questions might be, what was originally in that spot? And the answer to that is this giant blower for a pipe organ, because why wouldn't I own a giant blower for a pipe organ? This thing actually still works. Gonna have to find a new home for it though. Alright, I'm incredibly happy with this. This could not have worked out any better. And I'm kind of catching you up here after the fact. This bandsaw has always sat in this dead space in here. And the problem with it is that every time I want to use it, I need to slide it out. And I don't know if you're familiar with these bandsaws, but they have these wheels at the tail end. And what you're supposed to do is lift up on the leading edge, and that makes the wheels that are at the bottom of the leg touch the ground, and then you can pull the thing out. The problem with those is, though, that you have to do the same thing when you slide it back in here, and because of the angle, the motor would hit the wall long before this was slid all the way back in. I also stored some stuff underneath it. That all had to move, but now that we have this tray with wheels, this thing is just, you know, I can't tell you the number of times when I went to cut something and I decided to cut it with a hand hacksaw because this thing was too difficult to move. This is a silly little thing, but this is going to be a game changer as far as I'm concerned here in the shop, of making this easy to use. I mean, there's times when I moved this out and then I just snuck in and out of this hole here for extended periods of time because I just didn't want to deal with pushing this back. So this is one of these little things around the shop that just, it finally got done. I've been wanting to do this for years, and I couldn't be more happy with how this actually turned out. So pretty pleased with that. All right, I've made the decision to do something very unlike me. I'm going to throw something away and replace it rather than trying to restore it. What we've got going on here are the stake sides for the trailer on the rocket ride, and I have tried sandblasting, I have tried paint stripping. Matter of fact, this is both sandblasted and paint stripped, and they're just not coming clean. The amount of work it would take to clean these up, it just doesn't pay. I mean, this is just 2-inch channel. We can go buy that and have a lot less work and have a much nicer finish at the end. These are nothing safety related. They're just literally the sides of the trailer, so they don't really affect the operation of the ride at all. So there's no safety concerns. Anything we do here will be an improvement. See if we can find an Allen wrench that fits that. It's going to be rough with the amount of paint that's in there. That has been in there for far too long. So it's been raining all morning, but the sun is coming out right now and things are drying off. I think we have just enough time to try to get in there and get those screws out of that center. So what I want to do is get as much of this stuff torn apart right now as possible. Fall is officially here. Won't be long before winter is here, and I don't want to be working out here in the winter trying to pull parts off the ride. So my goal is to try to get as much as I can off the ride now while we have nice weather, and that'll give me a whole winter long of projects to work on. Let's try this. No, it's not coming yet. Well, the skies are darkening again here, losing our window of opportunity. We might just be able to drill the whole thing out. One step at a time. It just doesn't want to let go. I heard a crack there like it was gonna let go. I think that was the crack I heard. There's not much holding that on. That is out of there. Now the question is, do we have time to do this one before the rain comes? All right, we've got storm clouds rolling in. We gotta get cleaned up here. Well, that was just in the nick of time. All right, well, that storm was here just long enough to make everything all wet again, and now we're back to having blue skies. So we're gonna try to get this out before the next storm rolls through. This weather right now is darn near perfect. I wonder if that'll come off. Yes, it will. Now we can start taking apart the slip ring. This is our top insulator, which looks like it originally had a set screw of some sort, but it cracked, which is probably why it got this hose clamp put on it. And next we have our spinning ring here, which is bound up. That's really bound up. Get a screwdriver underneath that. See if we can pry it up. There it goes. So there's our upper slip ring. Little tap. Why are these all so tight? I think that might be loosening. Yes, it is. Okay, got that out. So another insulator, another slip ring. Okay, there's that. The WD-40. Then we're going to take our bolt, screw it in here. The nylon over here is all split up. Actually, with the way that's breaking, I don't think that is nylon. There you go. There we go. So there we are, we're down to a pile of parts. We've got the slip ring out of the center. Slip rings themselves, I'll be able to reuse those, but all the insulators will have to be replaced. And now we can see the top of the bearing peeking out there from the shaft. So hopefully this shaft is in better shape than the rocket was. It's got some cancer up there. Let's hope that that's just isolated to right there, and we don't have to replace another whole shaft. So that should give you a pretty good idea of what I've been up to over the last few weeks, trying to stockpile a whole list of projects that I can dig into over this coming winter. And if you want to follow along with those projects, click that link to the left and come along for the ride.